Welcome to another video and to another organ. Today I'm at St Matthew's Church in Leyburn to look at this two-manual pipe organ. If I look a little bit confused, it's because I am, and I will explain in a moment. But if you haven't been to this channel before, my name is Paul and I visit pipe organs all over the place, wherever I can get in. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. I will be ever so grateful. But without further ado, let's have a look at this organ. So I've just driven all the way to Leyburn to look at the organ in Leyburn Methodist Church, all prepared and ready to go, only to be greeted by some ladies who looked very suspicious. I thought I was going to get arrested, but when I did a bit more research, it would appear that actually they were in the right and I should have been here at St Matthew's Anglican Church. So here I am. I haven't done any research on this organ yet, but it looks to me like this is a two-manual bins. It was rebuilt by Abbott Smith in 1963. The organ sits here at the west end of the church, looking right the way down to the altar and the chancel area. The pipework is here behind me. I'm guessing by its positioning that this is electric action. The pedals sound as if they are tracker, but I suspect that they are either tubular pneumatic, maybe with the pneumatics running under the floor, or that they are also electric action and were originally tracker action. I'm sorry that I'm not very well read up on this organ. I wasn't expecting to be here, but that being said, let's have a look at the organ and see what kind of noise it makes. I like bins, so hopefully we're in for a good sound. Let's have a look. But I'm going to start here on the grate. The stops for the grate are here on the right, and we're going to start at the very bottom as usual with an 8-foot open diapason, which sounds like this. That sounds really nice actually. It's probably helped by the fact that it is directly behind me, so the sound is reaching out to me as if it would reach out to the congregation, so it's positioned really well. Next we have a flute. It is an 8-foot gedakt, which sounds like this. And next we have, this is definitely bins, I can tell by the type of stops. We have a dolce, which as we've determined before means sweetly. Let's try that with the other flute, the gedakt. Nice. We move up to a 4-foot, which is a principal. flutes. And they open. We have another flute. It is a 4-foot harmonic flute. Sounds like this. Let's try that with the gedakt. Nice. We have a 2-foot, which is a flautina on its own. Something out of tune, but let's try it with the 8-foot gedakt. And the principal. Nice again. That sounds nice and bright and cheerful, and as if the sound carries along this pretty large church. Finally, on the grate we have a sharp mixture. I don't know if this was added later. I have a feeling it probably was, but let's try it. It's a 2-rank mixture on its own. Let's add the open to that. And the principal. As I say, I'm completely unread on this organ, but bins always sound so bright, and the stops they're just outstanding. They really are. I love bins organs. I've waffled enough. Let's try something on the grate. Really has some volume when all those stops are out. I'm really impressed with that. So let's move on to the pedals, which are also here on the right. Firstly, the pedal board is a concave radiating pedal board. There are 6 combination pedals, and 3 of them operate the Swell, and the other 3 are the grate and the pedals. There is also a balanced swell pedal. So the first and bottom stop on the pedals is a 16-foot contrabass. Wow. That's really got some depth. And a 16. Sorry. Hello.
You're on the live stream?
No, kind of.
Oh. We've got a music practice now. I don't know, so we've double booked something.
I've just been sped up a little bit here. There are people waiting to come in to do a music rehearsal. It's one of them days today. The next stop on the pedal is a 16-foot Borden. Some of those notes feel a little bit off, but it's okay. And an 8-foot flute. Notes off again. I'm very out of tune. Not bad. Before I move on to the left, just quickly looking at the couplers, which, as you would expect on a bins, the stops are here across the top of the manuals. We have a swell octave and a sub octave, and the usual everything else that you would expect on the couplers. So speeding up super quick, let's move on to the swell. The bottom swell stop is a Geigen principal, an 8-foot. Swell shut. And an 8-foot Lieblich gedackt. And a Vox Angelica, an 8-foot on its own. Let's try that with the Lieblich gedackt, and hopefully we'll get that beat that we often find on the Vox Celeste, or we're supposed to find on the Vox Celeste. Not really. Next up is a Sally set. Which is the same as a Solitional, but it's an octave higher, it's a 4-foot. Let's try that with the Vox Angelica. Not having any joy with that beat. The final flue stop is a Dulciana mixture. It is a 2-foot. With a break at B below C. Let's try that with the 8-foot principal. Nice and bright. And finally we have a reed, which is a cornopian. Sounds like this. That's the best stop so far, for me at least. Lots of depth, lots of power, nice. Let's try something on the swell. pretty much all I can say about this organ. I'm afraid I am being shuffled out because there's a rehearsal in here as well. We've all clashed together, but I'm going to play I'm going to play that tune again on the full organ, see what it sounds like. Let's have a go. So I think you'll agree that is a lovely organ, a very typical bins, very typical stops, very typical layout, and it's lovely to be here and to have a go of this organ, to share it with you. As usual, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please do hit that subscribe button. I would be ever so grateful. Give it a like, give it a comment, all the other stuff. I'm sorry I'm in such a rush to get out of the church, but again, thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye for now.